Hi guys, welcome to inspirationalcookingtv.com, where we're going to feed you spirit, soul, and body. So God bless, and let's start cooking. This is my grandmother's recipe. It's about 99 years old. We're making pierogis, and today we're going to make potato ones and sauerkraut ones. So we're going to do two additions here, but this is the filling for the potato ones. And what I did is I boiled some potatoes, and I put in a cup of half and half cream and a half a cup of mayonnaise and some garlic butter, and we're just going to add that right into the potatoes. I warmed it up a little bit so that you guys could see that I didn't want the potatoes to get super cold at this time, because we're going to add 2 cups of medium cheddar to this, and that's the filling in the pierogies, so on the potato ones. So it's going to be really tasty, and you guys, whatever you put in, realize that when you put good stuff inside the pierogies, you're going to get a good result. So it's going to be super tasty, and you're going to love it. So we're just going to mash these up really quick. And then I'm going to add those cheese also while everything's super hot. So the potatoes just came right off of the stove. I boiled them for about 30 minutes, and I like golds. I don't know about any of you guys, but I know a lot of people, Polish people, they just use russet potatoes, but I like the gold potatoes because it gives it a little bit more flavor. And also I like that the gold potatoes, I like the skins on them. So a lot of people, they peel them and all that kind of stuff, but I don't. I like the minerals that you get on the potato skins and everything. So it may be a little more rustic for you, but you can always peel it if you want to, but I don't like to peel them. So just letting you guys know that you can peel them or not peel them. I personally don't like to peel the potatoes, but because I like the skins. So, but a lot of people do like them peeled. My grandmother used to peel them all the time, but she was the kind of person, like, I started learning this recipe when I was 9 years old. I used to have my little chair up, and I would sit there, and my brothers would be learning how to be a mechanic at a young age. My dad worked for Chrysler's for 37 years in Detroit at the plant, and I was cooking with my mom and my grandmother in the kitchen since I was 9. So I figured, you know what, I can always hire a mechanic, but I can't really hire a cook. So I think I'll learn how to cook instead. So that's how I actually got started when I was 9 years old. So we're going to add a little salt. I like Himalayan salt. It's got a lot of minerals in it, a lot of pepper. We're just going to flavor it up. Just keep stirring all this in there. If you can look right here, the potatoes are mashed pretty good. And then also, I like to have it a little thicker, because when you put it in the pierogi and in the dough, it's not running all over the place. It can't be like a mashed potatoes where you put gravy in on it. It's got to be a little bit thicker than that. So this is a pretty good consistency. And all the cheese is melted in there, so it's pretty good. So we're going to let this cool for a while, and then we're going to do the mixture for the pork and sauerkraut. And I'm going to help put all that together, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it and what I do to make it very flavorful. Back in the day, I used to have to cook it in a crock pot overnight in order to get the pork super tender, but now that we have like Insta pots and pressure cookers, that's what I use now. So this is about the consistency right here that you want, so that you can spoon it, put it inside a pierogi. And we're going to make homemade pierogi dough. And this is about the consistency right here. Okay guys, here we have the pork shoulder, short ribs, and what we're doing was going to salt and pepper them really good and fry them in the bacon grease. And then we're going to put these in the Instapot. So what I'm doing is just stacking all this in the Instapot. Then I'm going to fry and add the garlic and fry the sauerkraut in the bacon grease and add that to the Instapot also. And then once that gets fried a little bit, I add that in the Instapot, and then I fry some of the onions, and I'm adding some of the onions also in here. So as you see, I'm going to fry the onions in the bacon grease also and add that in with the Instapot. So then when we cook it all, it'll all be really good. And I usually take this Instapot, and you can see all the ingredients with the bacon, 1 pound of bacon, and I put it on there with the juice of the sauerkraut for about 1 hour. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm going to start making the dough for the pierogis, and we're going to add 6 eggs along with 1 cup of water and 1/2 a cup of sour cream. I like to use 1 egg per cup of flour. So then we're going to knead it really good, and then we're going to let that rest for about 30 minutes in the refrigerator. And then we're going to cut it, and I like to use my Atlas roller so that I can sit here and roll it evenly. And I like to go from 0 all the way to 4, so the pierogis are the perfect thickness, and the dough is super tender that way. I don't like my pierogi dough super thick. So you're going to see us roll this right now, and I'm going to get them all done. And then perfect size, you can see that I have my perfect cutter, which is from a coffee cup percolator. I use the top of the lid because it's super sharp. So we're going to roll these potato pierogis, and you're going to see me do it really quickly. And we're just going to sit here and roll each and every one of them. And then we're going to boil them here in just a minute. So we're going to take all of these pierogis we just rolled, and I like to do about 10 at a time to 12, and we're going to put them in salt water. So salt your water very good, and we're going to stick them all in here, and they're going to raise to the top. And I don't take them out right away because I like my pierogi dough a little softer. So what I do is I sit there and wait a good 2 to 3 to 4 minutes, and then we're going to stick and put them from the boiling water. Make sure you touch them to make sure that they're tender and the dough is super tender, because you want tender dough, pierogi dough. So we're going to take these, and we're going to take them out of the water and drain them and stick them in a pound of butter with 3 onions that I diced and slowly sauteed in butter. So we're going to take them directly from the water, the boiling water, into the onions and butter, pound of butter and onion mixture. And that's how I make mine. And I just sit there and saute them a little bit for like another 2 or 3 minutes so the butter coats the dough. So it's really good this way. I love it. This is how we've been doing it. My grandmother did it. These are the perfect potato pierogis. Hey guys, here's the pork and sauerkraut that I had put in the Instapot after 1 hour. Look at how tender this is. You can see how it just pulls apart. Now I have this pork, and I'm just using 2 forks, and I'm pulling this all apart, and we're going to just shred this along with the sauerkraut, and this is going to be our filling for the pork and sauerkraut pierogis. Okay? So I like just mixing it up. I like putting all the fat from the short ribs in there. I am a big fat person. I like butter and I like fat. Paula Deen has nothing on me because I love way more butter than she ever thought of. And I just love, love, love fat. I love it. It makes, the more fat in my meat is better. It's not so dry. That's why I always like a ribeye steak. I'm not a big fan of fillets or New Yorks. I like a ribeye because ribeyes have lots of fat. So there, it has a lot of mixing all this, and just takes a little bit of time, but this makes a wonderful filling. And we're just going to put all this sauerkraut mixture in with this. Now remember, we have the bacon in here, and we have some garlic in there, we have the sauerkraut, and we have the pork. So we're just mixing all this in there. Good ingredients. This is what my grandma used to do. Just sit here and pull it apart and make it. Mix it real good. So You don't have lumpy pierogies. And here you guys go. I'm making the perfect pork and sauerkraut pierogies. Please like and share and subscribe. I really appreciate you tuning in to InspirationalCookingTV.com, where we feed you spirit, soul, and body.